And it's a great day to call in the action here alongside Barton Lynch. My name is Brad Ricknell. You're watching stop number 5 of the championship tour. It is the Oi Rio Pro live from Saquarema. And we're about an hour's drive east of Rio de Janeiro. And you've joined us just in time for heat number 6 of the seeding round. It is a big one. John Florence in the yellow, signaling the Jeep leader on the rankings so far this year. Up against Caio Ibelli, who's an injury wildcard for replacing Leo Fioravante, who dislocated that shoulder over Margaret River. Barton, you saw that go down. And then, of course, the winner of the trials from Brazil, Alex Ribeiro.
Get your first win as we look at a replay here of Alex Ribeiro here in Brazil was a real confidence booster, and it creates a relationship with an environment that lasts you forever, and he'd have strong feelings. Beautiful second turn there. Talk about strong. That was a great turn out of the top from Alex Ribeiro, pumping through, looking for the finish on this one. Board looks light and lively under his feet. Gets its last closeout ring. Nice wave.
Yeah, winner of the trials yesterday, and this is Caio Ibelli, 3.77.
Was super impressive at Margaret River. His boards look so fast and sharp under his feet, as they did right there. They were his dominant form. Caio Ibelli, part of it.
Here we go on the right-hander. Just a quick in and out there for Ibelli. Nothing special to see there. 3-1 in that year, and that talks about that high level of consistency that has to be maintained. Let's hold that thought for a second as we see Alex Ribeiro streaking down the line, telegraphing something here. There's the air reverse, nose picks it around, nice and smooth. This guy's been impressive on the first 2 waves.
And they're not competing, they go and surf other great waves. And so surfing small waves like this, beach break style conditions, is something that Alex does all the time. As we see him go into that air on the replay on the inside, beautifully completed, pumps in lots of speed into that section, gets the pop out of the top and spins it. It's the sort of conditions you would pray for, because these are the conditions that you're used to surfing in at a QS level type of event. So I feel like that's, playing to Caio's and Alex's benefit today is that, if you're going to get the champ, today's the day you might get the champ, because these are the conditions that you ordinarily wouldn't associate with John in total, and there's nothing left unturned. Here goes John now.
Here we go on the outside. He's waited for 14 minutes to go to get this first opening wave nice and smooth on the backside transitions. Releases the tail on that turn. And now just makes his way through the inside. John Florence is on the board. The 2 times champion here and a 2 times world champion. Here he goes, Barton.
Drives out of the bottom. Nice snap out of the top. It comes around this, a bigger, cleaner wall. Beautiful wave. And then that one, total control into the last turn. A little bit of a catch there, tiny, but I feel like the energy displayed, the way he surfed that, the timing and positioning, synced everything together like you need to do. And after a 15-minute wait, you could imagine that the surfing on that wave might have looked like it needed to, might have got a little stiff from sitting or whatever. Oh my goodness, hold the phone.
Oh, big turn there from Caio Ibelli.
Oh,
unfortunately, couldn't capitalise on that turn for a combination of manoeuvres, but we'll take another look at that one in a second. 13 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Let's take a look what happened here.
Pumping, driving. Look at this section in front of beautiful backhand re-entry. Best turn of the heat so far. Into another one, and you're thinking, this is a bomb. Yeah, reverse of Alex Ribeiro's, and started to think about that surfing as well. So be interesting to see where it comes in. Initial instinct was, that was the best wave of the heat. But then I went, no, hold on. Alex did a great air. Here goes John. He's going to do one himself.
Gets the grab in, full rotation. Nice and clean there for the air reverse from Florence. 12.5 minutes remaining. 4.9 to get back into the lead. This is that front side reverse from Florence.
Pumping, building speed, spins, complete rotation. Made it look easy. Doesn't need an open wall. Just gets the pump drive. Look, plants the back foot, gets the spin. Beautiful grab, complete rotation, lands it easily. Now that will be the best wave of the heat. Champion action. I was like, I was buying in straight away. And then I started to think about it and went, oh no, Alex's were pretty good, and he had that air, and so the judges, I think they got that perfect. Be interesting to see where this air comes in. Caio Ibelli with a 2-turn combo. I think he wants to change his board.
Yeah, there we go. Caio Ibelli, 3.53 on that last wave. Looking for a board change.
What they would be in snowboarding, what they'd be in skateboarding. But
I can't tell you what it is. It's a 7.50.
And it's exactly what he needed at that point in time. Take the lead.
Going to the lead, and here goes Alex Ribeiro, the winner of the trials here yesterday afternoon. He's also good in the air. Nice, smooth rotation for Ribeiro. He's in second place, needing a 7.31 to go into first. And Caio Ibelli, a 5.23 on his last wave. now requires a 4.30 before the last of Ribeiro's to go into second place. Top two advance, of course, to the next round. This is the seeding round. Talk us through this one, BL.
Here he goes, pumping and driving, waiting for the moment. Gets his air. It's completed. Again, it wasn't the sort of wave you looked at and were inspired by.
Got some drift in the air too through that rotation. Here he goes now in his backhand. Nice stab out of the gates for Florence. A second turn on this little left-hander. Tapered wall ahead of him. He's looking so smooth and calculated on every single turn, is Florence. And now he's starting to build up ahead of steam, looking to drop a 4.63.
And you're talking about the surfboards and the relationship with John Pizell. That board looks beautiful under his feet. Here's the replay of John's little pump there at the bottom, snaps out of the top, straight down the wave face, comes around the bottom vertically into the lip, around into this next one and snaps back into the pocket, and another one there, drifts the tail. The board looks lovely underfoot, and there was a little chink.
Thanks for joining us on Fox Sports. This is Caio Ibelli. You've joined us just in time for heat number 6 of the seeding round. And a touch too late to see John Florence just throw down a massive full rotation for a 7.50. We are waiting on one more score to drop for the Jeep leader, the world number 1 right now. He's out in front. Ribeiro in second, looking for a 7.31, and Ibelli a 4.37.
Players will hit that 5.23 from Caio Ibelli really for that one turn, and it was a turn exactly like that, but on a bigger, better wave to go 7.5.
Let's see if he can go better on this one. Here goes Ribeiro. Nice opening frontside wrap to get things going. Approaching section, beautiful layback jam across that whitewater section, but just lost the inside rail on the completion.
Thought he had that one. The layback has been in fashion this year.
It also leaves him 5.5 minutes to get this 4.37 he requires. Let's have a look what went wrong here, Barton.
Brew's good for me, bro. Big layback snap there out at the top, and it was almost like he thought the work was done and it was in the bag and it was completed, and he relaxed just for that moment.
Here we go, another live pictures here for John Florence. He's telegraphing something down the line. It doesn't quite eventuate for him. Kicks out the back of that one. Over 202 heat wins, and of course that's average heat score up around that 14. He's pretty close to it in this one, a 7.5 and a 6.7.
Be an interesting heat, but Geordie Smith this year has been surfing incredible. Here's Caio.
Important wave here for Ibelli, 4.37 the requirement. 2 turns to start off with. There's a nice stab. He needs a strong finish. Tags it in. He's wondering, he's asking the question. 2 minutes remaining.
Look at the replay. Looks a little bigger on this angle too, that wave. The size is looking good. There's the second one. Could have gone a little bit higher, a little more vertical on that, but maybe didn't need to, because in the end, getting the completion might have been more important, and he did that.
Yeah, we'll stand by and see what the judges thought of that one. 4.37 gets him into second place. It'll be heartbreak for Ribeiro, who's fought and scrapped hard.
Yeah, certainly has. And first is a long way away, but the second and third's where the battle is now. 1 minute to go. Caio up and down, just waiting to hear that score out of that third, or whether he's in second protecting it.
Here goes Ribeiro trying to do something special on the inside here. Gets a lot of laughter out of that air. Doesn't quite ride out. Completed 43 seconds remaining. Scores are
he's angry.
Looking like they are coming back onto the board. Yeah, Ribeiro. Here we go. A few seconds remaining. Caio Ibelli has just jumped back up into second place, courtesy of a 5.30. He has booked himself a place in the next round, along with John Florence, who took out a commanding win there in the end after a very slow start, you have to say. And the winner of the trials, Alex Ribeiro, unfortunately knocked out of the event right now.